afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Marion, Indiana for NAIA opening round softball action presented by Taco Bell. We're playing two games today, and our first one features the host second-seeded Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats and the three-seeded Central Baptist Lady Mustangs. My name's Jonathan Mathis, and it's a privilege to join you and our crew here at the IWU TV, not only today's games, but the entire tournament. And I'm even happier to be joined by Janae Gibson here in the booth. Janae, welcome. You ready?
Yes, John, thank you. I think today will be a fun matchup, as this is somewhat new territory for Central Baptist, as this is their first appearance since 2012 in the NAIA tournament. And then this is familiar territory for Indiana Wesleyan, as this is their fifth straight NAIA tournament appearance.
And you'll be able to follow all of it as we get ready for our first pitch. Central Baptist, the Lady Mustangs, will be batting first in their blue and blacks. Leading off, number 14, Alyssa Estrada, a junior from Houston, Texas. She's playing right field. We'll set the lineups as we go, as this pitch misses outside. Following her is number 9, Katie Goike, first baseman, sophomore from Magnolia, Texas. Then this is a good player to look out for, number 3, Allison Seitz, a sophomore, shortstop from Jacksonville, Arkansas. First strike of the game, 1-1 count to Estrada. Batting fifth, number 8, Rachel Jones, a junior from Conway, Arkansas. She's playing center field. The sixth batter, number 17, Bailey Jackson, catcher, sophomore from Monticello, Arkansas. 1-2 to Estrada. Batting seventh, number 6, Kaylee St. John, third baseman from Conway, Arkansas, senior. Number 4, Bree Nunn, left fielder, senior from Missouri City, Texas. And the designated player rounds out the order, freshman from Pottsville, Arkansas, number 26, Haley Kane. A 1-2 count on Estrada. Defensively for Indiana Wesleyan, on the mound, Mackenzie Ridge. She is the ace of the staff, one of the leaders in the nation in innings pitch. She's pitching to Miranda Worley, as this is a foul ball between the legs of Central Baptist head coach Jordan Jones. Touch on her later. She, although her fielding skills from the third base side not up to snuff anymore, she has an excellent record in her 2 years at Central Baptist. She's been the coach of the year, I should say, back-to-back seasons. Most recently in the NAIA and then in the NCCAA last year. Across the infield from first to third, Mackenzie Brown, Trinity Medina. At short is Rebecca Schrad, and Aubrey Eckert at third. Full count to Estrada. From left to right in the outfield, Michaela Lovelace in left, Kira Madel in center, and Sydney Williams in right field. An opening walk to lead off this game, and not exactly how you'd want to start the opening round action, would you say?
No, not at all for Indiana Wesleyan, but for the Mustangs, Estrada, that was a great at-bat by her, getting to see kind of the variations that the pitches that her team has, and helps the preceding batters.
And that's exactly what you'd want from a leadoff hitter, being able to see so many different, just take so many pitches. She's thought about running on the first pitch, high and inside to Goike. Katie Goike, a sophomore, first baseman, batting .336 on the season, 51 hits. She's crossed the 50 mark, 1 homer, got 18 RBIs to her credit this season. Batting from that right-handed box. She's got 1 duck on the pond. Central Baptist, they had an adventure getting up here. It's a long drive, about 10 hours from Conway down in Arkansas. Bunt fielded smoothly over to first. The runner advanced, and Goike lays down the sacrifice, 1 away here in the top of the first.
It's a nice defensive play by Ridge there. A pitcher that can field their position and throw a batter out like she does, that makes a long night, or an easier night for the infield on fielding bunts. Great play there by Ridge, Indiana Wesleyan.
Now stepping up, and you can see it right here. Ridge over to first, Medina covering. A home run threat. Allison Seitz has hit 10 of them. We've batting .393 on the season, 53 hits, 37 RBIs to go with those 10 home runs. But as we were saying, 10-hour bus ride for Central Baptist. They've had longer ones as this pitch is high. Last year, on going to the NCAA tournament, they had to go to Virginia, and their bus broke down in Tennessee for a good 4-hour break.
That's no fun having a bus breakdown.
I was talking to some of the players before, and they said that was a longer trip. And this one right at third over to first. And not an opportunity at the double play, as breaking towards third is Estrada, but 2 away here in the top of the first.
Great defensive hit placed there by Eckert. But man, that was a hard hit by Seats, and that's a little bit what they say about their coach said. She's a small player, but has a lot of power behind her bat, and we saw that there.
She does, and now stepping in, looking to bring in the first run of the game is native of Conway, Rachel Jones, batting literally a tick under 400, .399 on the year. She also has power, 6 home runs, 40 RBIs, 59 hits on the season. He has an 0-1 count. Lifts this one foul and playable, but just out of the reach of the Wildcat first baseman, Mackenzie Brown. 0-2 the count. Gordon, my bad. E on the announcer. Katie Gordon is our batter, and she fouled off the first one. She is an excellent batter. She's an excellent batter. 424 on deck is Jones. Gordon playing second base. Just misses on the outside. That was close, Janae.
Yes, it was. Ridge is really attacking these corners, trying to make the Mustangs take that ball opposite. She just missed there off that corner.
Similar spot to the second swing of this at-bat. She's a little late behind Ridge. Mackenzie Ridge, a 2.97 ERA this season, 26-9 record, 104 strikeouts, and opponents are batting .269 against her.
This year, Ridge received honorable mention all-league awards this year for her pitching, like you said, with holding teams to 269.
This one she's ahead of, and it's going to fall in barely, and 1 run in for Central Baptist. It's 1-0 Mustangs here in the early going.
Now batting the center fielder, Rachel Jones.
See the strong hitting of Katie Gordon as Rachel Jones will now actually step in, unlike last time, but Gordon adding to her RBIs. That was 54 on the season for her. And now Rachel Jones, the one batting just under 400, and it's going to be a little bit shorter as it's a quick turnover, but Central Baptist strikes first. 1-0 is the lead going to the bottom of the first.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be just like Cal Ripken. It's definitely humbling to know that now people are calling me a hero. Instead of finding the IED with my metal detector, the IED found me first, and that resulted in double above-knee amputations. It's hard to describe the feeling of meeting somebody that you've always wanted to be like. There are people now that are looking up to you for their inspiration and to be their role model.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
It's washed over downtown Marion for more than a century, and now it's getting new life.
Up here on that raised area and along this wall, we'll have what I would call more restaurant-type seating.
Go inside the rebirth of the National Bank building this week on Crossroads.
Bringing Central Indiana home to you. This is WIWU TV 51 Marion.
Everyone here at Indiana Wesleyan, getting you set for the bottom of the first. The Wildcats will be up, down 1 after Central Baptist was able to plate 1 run in the top of the first. Leading off for Indiana Wesleyan is number 34, Trinity Medina, freshman from Hanover Park, Illinois. She's playing second base. She's followed by a senior from Pendleton, center fielder number 19, Kira Madel. Then number 23, Miranda Weirley, a catcher, freshman from Bourbonnais, Illinois, followed by number 14, Addie Benham, a designated player, a sophomore from Bloomington, Indiana. Number 13, Mackenzie Brown, first baseman, freshman from Katy, Texas. Number 6, Rebecca Schrad, a sophomore from Brownsburg, Indiana, playing shortstop. Number 4, Michaela Lovelace, sophomore from Mason, Ohio, playing left field. Then number 17, Sydney Williams, right fielder, junior from Morgantown, Indiana, and third baseman, sophomore from Huntington, Indiana, number 33, Aubrey Eckert. See Medina step in. She is batting .344 on the season, the leadoff hitter for the Wildcats. 53 hits, 1 homer, 28 RBIs. First pitch swinging right towards short, and Medina is retired quickly. A little bit of an opposite the first at bat to begin the game.
Yes, it is. She was looking to try to get something sparked for her team right away. For me, early on, I would like to see a couple pitches, kind of get a feel for maybe the delivery of House and kind of what to expect as the ball coming out of her hands.
Next up, Kira Madel, senior from Pendleton, a transfer to Indiana Wesleyan. Transfer over from Olivet Nazarene, and she's swinging on the first pitch too, lifts it towards center field, and drifting under it easily was Rachel Jones, 2 away quickly in the bottom of the first. Defensively for Central Baptist, Kim House is on the mound. She is the daughter of the pitching coach, Tim House, a junior from Jacksonville, Arkansas. She's pitching to Bailey Jackson, sophomore from Monticello, Arkansas. Across the infield at first, Katie Goike. Second, Katie Gordon, who drove in the first run. At short, Allison Seats. Third baseman, Kaylee St. John, who we'll see next inning. Here's the first ball taken by a Wildcat. Then across the outfield from left to right, Bree Nunn, Rachel Jones, and Alyssa Estrada. Here's the 1-0. High and inside for the strike. Miranda Worley had a tremendous season for the Wildcats. She's an all-Crossroads first-teamer. Second in the nation in RBIs, 4th in home runs. And then in conference, in the Crossroads League, she was 1st in slugging, 5th in RBIs, 10th in hits. That's a makeup, would you say, for an ideal third hole hitter?
Yes, indeed. She has a strong ability to put that ball into play.
Patient eye as she takes another ball.
And then you'll see that for a lot of good pitchers, they have that patience that you talk about. Just being able to know their pitch and what they're looking for and just have a calming presence in that batter's box.
Chopped towards third, gloved and over to first, and Indiana Wesleyan is retired in order to begin their first inning, and so we're going to the top of the second, middle of the order for Central Baptist. The Mustangs lead 1-0 on WIWU TV.
Do I really want to step into something that's not safe? Do I really want to do something that's uncertain?
The world is desperate for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
The biggest communication problem is that we do not listen to understand, we listen to respond.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Crossroads. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Katie Key.
It's Kappa. There we go.
There we go. Tries it actually works. Now I can maybe actually get some. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Katie Key. The Crossroads of Life brings people together, and that's what we try to do here each week.
Thanks for watching, everyone. So long.
Getting ready for the second inning of the first game of the NAIA opening round action here on the campus of Indiana Wesleyan University. Central Baptist struck first in that top of the first, getting Katie Gordon to drive in. Lead off batter, number 14, Alyssa Estrada, and now stepping in looking to add to the damage, the 6-hole hitter and catcher, number 17, Bailey Jackson, sophomore from Monticello, Arkansas. Bailey, a pitcher also for Central Baptist, but several of these players, especially common in the college ranks, like to double dip, and she will be retired after grounding over to Medina at first.
There again, Ridge is working her corners. That time she went inside and out right off the handle of the bat, pushing that ball easy, slow ball to second base.
Better start for the Wildcats, and looking to change that is number 6, Kaylee St. John, one of the 2 St. John girls on the team. Her younger sister, Allie, is a freshman. A couple family connections on the roster. Kaylee batting .363. Now facing a even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Illustrate that, Kaylee and Allie are sisters. Kim House and Katie Gordon, the second baseman, are cousins. It's a family affair down there.
I was going to say that, just a family affair. Probably kind of fun to be playing with your sister and cousin, but at the same time, you might get sick of each other, I'm not sure.
Hypothetically, sisters getting sick of each other, that sounds impossible, Jeanette.
I didn't have any sisters, but I had brothers, and let's say I got sick of them at times.
Hypothetically, you don't want to name names, but it's their fault.
Yeah.
Not Jeanette's. 2-2 for Kaylee St. John. Rounded over to third, back over to first. And there's 2 away quickly here in the top of the second.
Ridge really worked inside on that at bat. That first inning, she worked outside. Now you see her working in. We'll see if she starts moving inside out as Central Baptist starts adjusting to her locations.
Now batting the left fielder, Bree Nunn. Where's number 4? Texan takes a strike. Bree is another transfer student. She started her college career at Galveston Community College, that's down in Texas. She appeared in 113 games, drove in 64 RBIs. So she's got the ability to swing the big stick. She has a 1-1 count and on the way from Ridge. Got well under it, and it's easily caught by Rebecca Schrad at short. And that will do it for Central Baptist. They lead 1-0 going to the heart of the order for Indiana Wesleyan on WIWU TV.
It's Kappa. There we go.
The world is desperate for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
Maybe this is what I'm wired to do. This is what I was meant to be.
Welcome back, everyone. Middle of the order for Indiana Wesleyan. Addie Benham, the designated player from Bloomington. Mackenzie Brown at first base, and Rebecca Schrad, the shortstop, for the next 3 up for the Wildcats. And they're down 1 here in the bottom of the second. In the first inning, Janae, it went very quickly, probably too quickly for the likes of Steve Babinski and the Wildcats.
Yes, and I think it goes to say that IWU is ranked in the top 10 in RBIs and runs scored. So that means they're swinging the bat often and frequently. So you're not surprised, but maybe we're a little more patience here in this second inning for the Wildcats.
Nostradamus so far. Benham takes a strike. It was right down the middle as Kim House had an easy 1-2-3 first inning. Took 6 pitches to retire the Wildcats. Here's the 0-1. Well, House has taken advantage of the patient approach by Benham. See if she tries to get her to chase this next pitch. Nope. Nice stop over to first and 1 away here for the Wildcats.
Right now, those Mustangs have been playing solid defense. And they seem to be covering the ground well. We can't find any holes here, but I think if IWU just keeps sticking to things, they'll find the hole here.
Here's Mackenzie Brown, freshman, Texas, playing first base. Earlier this season, she got on a nice little hit streak. It was 12 games long in conference play, and all of them were multi-hit games. So that's not a cheap hit streak. That is a real deal one.
No, that you would not say that's luck. That's the true indicator that she's a very good hitter, and see if she can take that streak here heading into this opening round of the tournament.
At least seen the ball very well. 1-1 count to Mackenzie. House delivers. Barely misses. To the chagrin of the cheering section that is here from Central Baptist. A nice little congregation drove all the way up from the Little Rock area. A lot of the Central Baptist players are from that part of Arkansas. The count is even 2-2. Head coach Jordan Jones, she spent a lot of time, she's an assistant with the Lady Mustangs before she became the head coach. So she was able to dig in, strong roots in and around Conway, where Central Baptist is from, as Brown dribbles us over towards short, and a bullet throw over to first by Allison Seats retires Mackenzie Brown.
John House is doing a very good job of keeping IWU off balance. If you watch, she's been throwing some changeups, some off speed, and that pitch is working for her right now. So that, as a batter, that makes it difficult, kind of not knowing what you're going to get, if it's going to be something fastball, low and outside, or she comes with a changeup across the plate.
Nicks the inside corner, strike 1 to Rebecca Schrad, the Wildcat shortstop. Batting .353 on the season, 5 home runs, 28 RBIs, 54 hits. Wildcats a tremendous offense. Normally when you hear 54, it sounds like, oh, well, she's got to be one of the leaders on the team. Nope. The Wildcats, at least 3 players with 60 or above.
They're a pretty sound hitting team, 1 through 9 in the lineup, which makes that nerve-wracking for a defense.
Can't take any breaks, and Schrad fans on that pitch. A mighty cut, looking to add to her home run total, maybe.
That was a big cut there by Schrad. I wouldn't be surprised if House comes here with something off speed to throw her off.
Let's see. It is. And it almost got the on-deck batter, Michaela Lovelace. She had to flail out of the way, gracefully, I should add. She gracefully flailed out of the way.
Speaking of gracefully, if you're over here watching the IWU dugout, man, it's a dance squad over there.
There they are, you can see them. They are into the game.
Yeah.
Down 1-0, up 1-0. Could be a 10-run game. Always supportive. Let's try the 1-2 again, shall we? 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom 2, happy to have you with us. Jonathan Mathis, Janae Gibson is to my left. It's great to have the NAIA here in Marion, Indiana. The weather has been actually kind of nice. Start out very wet. Swing and a miss, but is forked back to the fence. The throw down completes the strikeout. So 2 3-up, 3-down innings for the Wildcats, and Central Baptist takes a 1-0 lead going into the top of the third. We'll start at the bottom, going up top here on WIWU TV.
Everyone deserves a decent place to live.
Everyone.
Decent shelter is something we all need to thrive. When a future homeowner partners with Habitat for Humanity to build or improve a home,
Build.
they build a better future for themselves and their families.
For my family.
For my family.
For my family.
Para mi familia.
Your support empowers a family to help themselves.
Help.
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 Assiste.
Your support helps another family in your community or around the world achieve strength, stability, self-reliance.
Strength.
Strength.
Fuerza.
With a little help, we all have the potential to stand on our own.
Potential.
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 Through shelter, we empower. Visit Habitat.org to provide help to families like these today.
Welcome back, everyone, to the third inning here at Indiana Wesleyan University softball field, and it's been a good inning on the season for Central Baptist. You can see that last out. It was a swinging miss strikeout, but it bounced off, but Schrad just got enough on it off the back fence, fielded over to first. One of the classic elongated strikeouts.
Yes.
And this might be similar, over to first, and one away. Central Baptist. Now we're going to go to the top of the order, and it was a strong trip for the Mustangs their last time. And they were able to get a walk and drive in a run.
Yes, and they're back to the top of their leadoff hitter, back to the top of their batting order. We'll see, and as the leadoff hitter, this time she might be more aggressive on that first pitch, that first strike that she sees now that, you've been through through the batting order.
It's Alyssa Estrada. She walked her last time up. Takes the ball on the outside. She's got that drag hit swing.
Yeah, a slap hitter. You can tell just how she was aggressive on the base pass her first time. She's a quick player, so anything that she can get going towards that left side of the field and on the ground somewhere headed towards short, she's probably has a high chance of beating that throw out. So infield has to shorten up their throws with her speed down the base path.
And you can see Ridge and Worley are trying to work the outside, which is the weak spot of that swing. Strike, catching it outside corner. Because that's the thing, if you're going to be a slap hitter, you're not going to have any power on the outside of the plate.
Right, and it's a lot harder because of your momentum taking you towards first base. So inside pitches are more the ball that's right there.
And that one finds a way through just enough. That pitch, every pitch had been on the outside, but that one creeped in a little bit, Janae. And Estrada is now 1 for 1 and on base twice.
Yes, and with that, even though it is an inside pitch, with the momentum that she's taking, it comes off as an outside because she has the ability to get her hands through and push that ball towards third, between third and shortstop.
Now Katie Goike, who laid down a sacrifice bunt her first time up. She'll step back in. Her .336 average still intact as that ball is high. This has been a good inning on the year for Central Baptist. They have outscored their opponents by 20 runs in the third, one of their sweet spots. The fourth inning has also been good. And for the second batter in a row, Ridge starts well behind, 2 balls, no strikes. Right back at her, over to first, double play. And that does it for the third Nice glovesmanship by the Gold Glove pitcher, and it's 1-0 with the momentum starting to swing to the Wildcats as we will wrap up the top of the third and head to the bottom here on WIWU TV.
Where is America's premier agricultural theme park? It's a family-friendly gem, agritourism the way it should be. It's Fair Oaks Farms, where kids of all ages learn about 21st century farming while having fun. Where else can you get ice cream made with fresh from the cow milk, climb a 25-foot milk carton, or see a cute little piglet minutes after it's born? Utterly close to farming. That's honest to goodness Indiana. Start exploring at visitindiana.com/fairoaks.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be just like Cal Ripken. It's definitely humbling to know that now people are calling me a hero. Instead of finding the IED with my metal detector, the IED found me first, and that resulted in double above knee amputations. It's hard to describe the feeling of meeting somebody that you've always wanted to be like. There are people now that are looking up to you for their inspiration and to be their role model.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Welcome back, folks. We're in the bottom of the third, moving quickly. Central Baptist leads 1-0. It could have been worse, except for this, Janae.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier about Ridge being that on the Golden Glove team for the league, and she does that well by fielding her position there. We talk about that quickness on the base path. You're kind of in a no man's zone where ball hit like that, hard line drive, and she's able to turn the double play.
Now, Indiana Wesleyan will look to respond. Bottom of the order. They've been retired in order so far. 6 up, 6 down. Michaela Lovelace, the left fielder, looks to change that. She's batting $182 on the season. A couple hits. Rare start for Lovelace. Slap hitter as well. Shakes the ball on the outside. Following Lovelace will be Sydney Williams and Aubrey Eckert. Lovelace, native of Mason, Ohio. And the 1-0. Over to third, over to first, and it bounced, and safe is Lovelace.
That was a boom boom play there, John. I think she did beat that throw out because it bounced in to the first baseman club, but a heck of a fielding play there by their third baseman.
Have to check with our official score. That's close. E5 or single? What would you say, Janae? I think we're saying hit.
Yeah, I would say.
Hit has been awarded. Nice speed by Lovelace. And now the first base runner of the game for the Wildcats is on first. She thought about running to second, trying to go for the steal. Here she is looking to beat it out.
Oh, yeah.
There by a mile. She got it with her back foot, too.
Right.
Probably want to step with a lead one. Fastball misses inside. 2-0 the count on Williams, who was one of the heroes from the opening game of the Crossroads Leagues tournament. She had in a come from behind win. They're down 4-0 to Huntington, the 7th seed. Sliding back in safely is Lovelace. 3-0 count to Williams. But Indiana Wesleyan, they needed to rally, and they did so in the 6th inning. And it was capped off with Sydney Williams delivering a 2-run double in the bottom of the 6th to tie the game. It was then won in the next inning by the Wildcats. A 3-0. That's a strike.
Excuse me, I was going to say, Lovelace is extra aggressive on that base path over there. That catcher's eyeing her down to see if she
causing a little pressure also on the pitcher, too. You have a base runner so antsy. Williams walks as evidence. Runner on first, runner on second, Aubrey Eckert. The third baseman will now step in. Batting 186 on the season, 11 hits, 8 RBIs, and she has Loveless in scoring position on second. One batting glove approach. And here we'll see Central Baptist in their first situation where they have to really defend. And Eckert lays down a bunt. It's a very nice one, and two players collide, and it's a hit, and the ball squirms away, throw home, and the game is tied.
That was like interesting series of events there as the third baseman, St. John's, came across and collided with her first baseman, Goki, and lost the ball as they collided, allowing us to take advantage of the air and
here it is,
scoring.
Janae. Boink. If I could take a stab at the play call for that, it was a single with the runner scoring on an E5. There we go. I got thumbs up for the score. There we go. He's down there, actually. I'm Jonathan. This is Janae, and we're happy to have you with us as we have a full slate of games here at Indiana Wesleyan for the NAIA opening round. After this, we have the World Series for the NAIA, Softball World Series. That is May 23rd to the 29th in Springfield, Missouri. And the Wildcats are looking to get to it for the third year in a row, I should say. And they won a game last year.
Yes, they did.
Now runners on the corners for Indiana Wesleyan. Game tied. A ball to leadoff batter. Original leadoff batter, Trinity Medina. Sydney Williams on third. Aubrey Eckert on first. Kim House getting her play off that quarterback wristband. That's so popular in softball, and Medina floats one into left field. No one's going to advance. 2 away here in the bottom of the third.
And that's a nice cut by Medina. Just right to that left fielder. She didn't have to move at all. Not quite deep enough for us to tag up and score there on that run.
Correction, 1 out. But yeah, I think that swings like that or contact like that can be a little disappointing because you're feeling pretty confident. That's going to be in. Nope, right to the left fielder.
Right, and that's where she can't get discouraged because that's a nice cut by her. Just right to somebody.
Chopped back by Madel. She's behind 0-1. Her first time up, she flew out to center field. It's an easy play for Rachel Jones. The top of the order for the Wildcats, either very confident or they're seeing the ball well, or at least they think they are. They've been aggressive, not seeing many pitches. Here comes that 0-1. There goes the second out as Eckert has cut down a splendid throw from Bailey Jackson, the catcher.
In that situation there, it's difficult. You take your risk there, not knowing what that catcher might do. Are they holding the ball, fearful that we might advance home at that play, but good play there by the catcher. Nice throw, getting that out.
The 0-2 is smoked into left field, and coming home, standing up and scoring are the Wildcats. Williams is in. 2 runs for Indiana Wesleyan here in the third. And on first with the single is Madel. Nice piece of opposite field hitting.
Yes, and both pitchers, Ridge and House, are taking the approach of really focusing, hitting those corners, making the batters kind of really stay in on that ball and take it opposite field.
Miranda Worley now, the catcher. She grounded out to third base her first time up. She lifts this one into right center field. It's carrying, it's deep, it's off the wall. And now coming around to score is Madel. Worley's going to be at third standing up, and it's 3-1 Indiana Wesleyan.
That ball acted like it had a little bit, there's a little bit of breeze up there as it reached higher elevation, because that right fielder was kind of running, not sure where that ball was headed. Great contact there by Worley, and that's all IWU needs. It starts out with that slap, hit with the collision, the first, third and first to get things going, and next thing you know, it's 3-1 Indiana Wesleyan.
I was wondering that before the game, just the way the air felt, it felt like it would be a good type atmosphere for hitting, just very light air. And Addie Benham, she could deposit one of these in the parking lot. She's got a hitter's count to begin her at bat. My, how innings can change. You had the Wildcats 3 up, 3 down in the first, 3 up, 3 down in the second, and 3 runs on the board with another runner on third, 2 outs here in the third inning. 1-1 count to Benham. The 1-1. There's a strike on the outside. Benham, one of the Wildcat pitchers, although she's one of the better hitters too. She's second on the team in home runs. She's second in RBIs. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that does it for Indiana Wesleyan. But it was a great inning, a great third for the Wildcats. They score 3 and lead 3-1 going to the top of the fourth.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be just like Cal Ripken. It's definitely humbling to know that now people are calling me a hero. Instead of finding the IED with my metal detector, the IED found me first, and that resulted in double above knee amputations. It's hard to describe the feeling of meeting somebody that you've always wanted to be like. There are people now that are looking up to you for their inspiration and to be their role model.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
It's washed over downtown Marion for more than a century, and now it's getting new life.
Up here on that raised area and along this wall, we'll have what I would call more restaurant-type seating.
Go inside the rebirth of the National Bank building this week on Crossroads.
Bringing Central Indiana home to you. This is WIWU TV 51 Marion.
Welcome to the fourth inning, everyone. Indiana Wesleyan's changed the complexion of this game, getting 3 runs in the third and now lead 3-1. But Central Baptist, if you need a portion of your lineup to come up to strike back, this is it. Of Allison Seats, Katie Gordon, Rachel Jones, and for her part, Allison Seats, she was the Week 3 NAIA, not just conference, but nationally, Player of the Week. She had a 6-game hit streak in that 7-day stretch, batting .647 with 4 home runs, 3 doubles, and 11 RBIs. And now she stands in looking to get the Mustangs back on the board and takes a strike to begin her at-bat. Launches one into center field, and it's off the fence. Madel scoops it up, well, struggles with it, and it'll be a stand-up double to begin the fourth inning for Seats and the Mustangs.
We talked about it earlier. Small player, but with a lot of power there. You saw it, but what else makes her fun to watch is with her speed, too, that when she gets a hold of something, she could run the bases for a while.
She could, and this next batter could drive her in for miles. Katie Gordon, both an all-conference performer and the newcomer of the year, sophomore, transfer student. First pitch swinging, in trouble is Seats, and she's out at third. And that means Gordon will reach on the fielder's choice, but that is not how Miss Gordon drew that play up.
Not at all. that was a little bit, for the situation here in the third inning, I think that was a little bit poor base running there by Seats, coming off aggressive. A hard pitch like that, you need to make sure the pitcher commits to first base before you take a jump like that off second.
There she is. Unfortunate play, but yeah, if you're the base runner, you just want to hold up for a minute, for a hot second.
Yeah, if anything, she wants to bring attention to herself, pause not too far off the bag to get that pitcher.
Here it is. Didn't pause long enough.
Nope.
Well, actually, that pause that you just saw, that was well down the base path. That was when she knew she was in trouble.
Right.
Second pitch swinging. This one floated. Nice diving play by the Wildcats' second baseman, Trinity Medina, and 2 away here in the top of the fourth.
Now batting the catcher, number 17, Bailey Jackson.
That's why I love to watch and play softball right there, is just that, those extra effort plays and just laying your body out on the floor for your team. And there she goes, makes a incredible catch right in front of her.
Bailey Jackson will now step in, swings at the first pitch and misses. Here's that play again. Look, she came all the way off camera to make the play.
How can that not excite? That gets me excited up here in the box. Plays like that.
I agree. It makes me excited. Hopefully it makes you excited at home. I know it makes our cameramen excited. They're doing a great job, by the way. It's not warm. It's not warm, and they're all bundled up. Got trash bags and stuff on the cameras. This is hit right at one of them, over his head. Ball, 2 strikes. An inning, Janae, that started out so promising for Central Baptist has now turned somewhat dire, as they only have the one base runner, and sitting down was Bailey Jackson. Indiana Wesleyan got one on and then left her there. The Wildcats are up next, going to the bottom of the fourth, leading 3-1.
Do I really want to step into something that's not safe? Do I really want to do something that's uncertain?
The world is desperate for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
The biggest communication problem is that we do not listen to understand. We listen to respond.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Crossroads. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Katie King.
It's Kappa. Here we go.
Here we go. Tries it actually works. Now I can maybe actually get some. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Katie Key. The Crossroads of Life brings people together, and that's what we try to do here each week.
Thanks for watching, everyone. So long.
Welcome back, everyone, here at Indiana Wesleyan University. I'm Jonathan Mathis. Janae Gibson is to my left. And we have a pitching change on the mound for Central Baptist. We'll get that set for you. It's Rachel Gregory. Rachel, 4.46 ERA, 8-3 record on this season, 40 strikeouts. Opponents batting .246 against her. And looking to improve that mark is the middle of the Wildcat lineup. Mackenzie Brown, Rebecca Schrad, and Michaela Lovelace. Brown, she grounded out to short her first time up, but she's had a wonderful season. Gold Glove first baseman in the Crossroads League. She was 2-time Crossroads Player of the Week in Week 5 and 9, and that was a good mark, especially not only just in general it's a good mark, but it's also being able to Marion Knights. The Marion Knights had an excellent season, and they dominated that Player of the Week. So anybody who was able to get in really did wonders. And Miss Brown did it twice as a freshman.
A little bit backstory on Rachel Gregory, the Mustangs pitcher. She's from North Little Rock High School. She was a 3-time state champ in softball, so she knows kind of a little bit what it means to be on the big stage. Here now she gets a chance. here in the NAIA tournament opening round.
They're going to need her after Indiana Wesleyan got 4 hits in that 3rd inning. And it seems like, obviously, Jordan Jones knows her team better than we do, but a quick pull after House had gotten off to such a strong start. Only made 3 innings. And the music section of Indiana Wesleyan dugout is in full gauge. They are locked in. As is Mackenzie Brown. Freshman waits for the first pitch from Rachel Gregory. This is high and inside. So Tim House, the pitching coach for Central Baptist. That's Jordan Jones. Just do his right. That's Mackenzie Brown. And this is the 1-0. It's lifted back towards us. That smoked off the screen. Do you see how far back that went?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a judgment. I can't tell if Rachel Gregory is bringing a little more speed than House did on that swing by Brown. Kind of looked as she might be, but we'll see more here as she pitches.
Gregory, again, the replacement pitcher for Central Baptist. Little conversation, just making sure everybody's on the same page. The ball misses high. This will be her 76th inning pitched this season. She is second on the team in innings pitched. Now Brown is facing an even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gregory is tied for 3rd on the team in appearances. 2nd innings pitched, 2nd in strikeouts. She's kind of a strike 'em out, walk 'em type pitcher. Doesn't get many hits, but she will either get you at the plate or put you on via the walk. Count is full. Mackenzie Brown. That 3rd inning, a 4-hit, 3-run performance by the Wildcats. They stranded 1. There's 1 error by Central Baptist in it. I want to try this full count once again.
Great at bat here by Brown again. Even though she's not a leadoff hitter, she's approaching it as she is and getting Gregory to throw a lot of her pitches, see what she has in her pitching toolbox.
The 3-2. That's fouled on the 3rd base line, although Brown is beginning to time that up a little bit better. Getting closer. Later today, after this game, don't go anywhere, we have Oregon Tech and Siena Heights playing. It's game 2. Oregon Tech, the number 1 seed in the bracket, here in the Marion bracket. Oregon Tech is one of 2 teams from the Cascade Collegiate Conference that have number 1 seeds in the NAIA opening round. The Sooner Athletic Conference also has 2. There's a walk. That was close.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. That was too close for comfort to leave that up to the umpire to make the call, but
The way the umpire yanked off his mask, it looked like he was about to punch
yeah,
her
I
out.
know. So I thought the same thing.
Rebecca Schrad, who struck out swinging, the only strikeout for Indiana Wesleyan. There have been 2 combined strikeouts today between these 2 teams. And that's inside. Brown on first. 3-1 lead for Indiana Wesleyan. The winner of this game will be playing at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, afternoon, and Trad flew this one to center and one away in the bottom of the fourth.
Now batting the left fielder, number 4, Michaela Lovelace.
We got Michaela Lovelace, who was a sub-200 hitter before her last at-bat, and then singled and scored a run, heads-up base running. That was the discombobbled bunt play.
Lovelace is the one that got things rolling there for Indiana Wesleyan as they went on to score their runs.
Here's a slapping type bunt, and Brown is cut down on the bases. 2 away as Lovelace reaches on the fielder's choice.
Heads up play there by the pitcher. Going to second, getting that lead runner. Taking IWU out of scoring position.
That's got to be a pretty defeating feeling when you're the base runner. You got no chance at it.
No, not at all.
Can't even slide. You're just out. Sydney Williams, she walked and scored her first time up. Standing to go. Squeeze this one. Sky high. And misplayed in the infield. Poorly communicated. However, they almost got the runner at third, but Lovelace is safe. You can pick who that error is on.
Man, another run in there with Goke at first base. That's some of the hardest thing. When everyone's calling for the ball, all you can hear is your own voice, and hard to hear the voice of
Here it is again.
your teammate.
Well, Gregory definitely called for it. You can see her mouth moving. There's Lovelace. Safe.
And that all comes back up to kind of coaching philosophy. Sometimes, I know when I played, our coach always told us when the least the pitcher has to do with pop-ups and fielding, the better. But right there, I thought Gregory was fielding within her circle. I didn't think she, had to move too much. So that's, again, just miscommunication between Goki and Gregory.
Now the pinch hitter is Sydney Lowe, batting .259. Regular third baseman. Sophomore from Brownsburg, Indiana. About my neck of the woods. Takes a strike.
Where are you from?
Zionsville.
Zionsville, okay.
We played him in every sport. Gordon Hayward from Butler fame and of the Celtics. He was my same year, but he went to Brownsburg when I was at Zionsville. I never played him, but he was very good. Basketball. Here's a strike, and smartly holding back on the throw was Jackson behind the plate. That seemed like that was one of the situations. This happens a lot in softball where the base runner will take off, just trying to score the one from third.
I kind of put the defense into a pickle situation.
Two outs, down 2, 0-2 count. And missing high and outside is Rachel Gregory. So the winner of this game will play at 11 tomorrow. The loser of the game will play at 1:30 in the first elimination game, and well ahead of that one. We'll stay at 1-2. Seemed like, Janae, one of those off-speed pitches where she started swinging too early and then was trying to slow it down.
You're going, whoa, whoa, trying to keep your momentum back. Everything you can do just to make contact.
Here's the 1-2. Fouled. Elsewhere in the NAIA opening round action, There are 10 sites. This is just one of them. Scattered around the country. There's 2 of them are in Columbia's, Missouri and Kentucky, Dodge City, Kansas, Springfield, Missouri, Lawrenceville, Georgia, Oklahoma City, Southern Oregon, Gulf Shores, and Alabama, and Hattiesburg, Mississippi are the other 2. And Lowe swings through strike 3, and that will do it for Indiana Wesleyan in the 4th. The Wildcats lead going to the top of the 5th, 3-1 here on WIWU TV.
It's Kappa. There we go.
The world is desperate for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
Maybe this is what I'm wired to do. This is what I was meant to be.
Three to 1 is the score here at Indiana Wesleyan University, and you see how it happened. Central Baptist got 1 in the first, and things were going great until Indiana Wesleyan exploded with 3 runs in the 3rd inning. Those 4 hits all came in the 3rd, and now Central Baptist trying to battle back. They'll do so at the bottom of their order. The 7-hole hitter leads off Kaylee St. John, Bree Nunn, Haley Kane. First 3 up. First pitch swinging, and it's hit very well into the gap in left center. And St. John will be standing up on second base, a leadoff double for Central Baptist.
There you go, Ridge has been really working inside out there, and that pitch right there, she left it over the middle of the plate, and St. John put that on a rope to left center field.
She looked every bit the 360 hitter that she is. That was her 50th hit of the season on that swing. Brings up Bree Nunn. The left fielder shows bunt, lays it down, almost hit her, but advancing to third is St. John, as Nunn is retired on the sacrifice.
No, she was actually safe there at first base.
How about that? So that's a single.
Yes, that was some speed down that base pass she had there. That made it a tough play. I don't even think could field it any better to try to get her out there. That was a perfect bunt, sitting right there between pitcher and first baseman.
That almost, again, that was, if that hit her, she would have been out. But very nimble-footed by Nunn. Brings up Haley Kane. A strike on the designated player for the Mustangs. So runners on the corners. Nunn at first, St. John at third. And an opportunity here with no outs in the top of the 5th to at least get something back, if not take the lead for the Mustangs. Throw over towards second, and safe on the steal is Nunn. It looked like the Indiana Wesleyan defense was all set. Schrader was ready to catch and come straight home.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken there, they purposely threw it to her more towards her position. They weren't necessarily trying to get the runner. They were going to see what the runner on third was looking to do if she wanted to go home.
This is lifted into right field, camping under it and making the catch is the right fielder Sydney Williams. Play at the plate, and safe is Central Baptist, and it is a 3-2 game.
And I thought that was a pretty good throw there. I thought they had the runner trying to come home. I just think the catcher got a little stuffed up there, couldn't field that ball cleanly. I think that throw was on pretty good line to get St. John's at home.
1 out, not out of the woods. Here is the play that Janae was just talking about. See Williams firing home, and it was
it was
just skipped right in the wrong spot.
Yeah, it's a hard bounce to handle. As outfielders, you always want to try to get that long hop into your catcher, easier to handle.
Here's another bunt, scooped, safe, and the game is tied.
That was a perfect bunt there for that squeeze. And in that squeeze situation, you always want to try to pull that ball towards that first baseline.
Perfect. But Central Baptist has been excellent on the bunts, and they just die right in no man's land.
Yeah, I mean, that again, that was a boom play. Heads up there by Ridge. That glove flip too.
This pitch is
try to get that runner out.
Inside strike to Goike. Here is the replay. Ever so close.
Just got in there.
Nice job back in the truck on that slowdown on the slow-mo. The 0-1. That's inside. Goike laid down a sacrifice bunt in the first and then lined into a double play in the third. And that cut down Estrada, who was on first base. Similar situation to where we're at right now, actually. Seems like, Janae, that Goike's stepping out of the box with her front foot.
Yes, she is. She has an open stance instead of reclosing that. Slightly open, not exaggerated, but her first step is stepping towards third base, which will really cut down her ability to hit that outside corner, which is the area that Ridge is trying to attack her at.
She's smart. It's almost like what happens, but without the same style as the slap hitters, where you're almost giving up the outside portion of the plate. It's a full count on Goike. Estrada on first. RBI bunt for Alyssa Estrada. Tie game 3-3. This inside pitch, double play ball over to second. There's one, but not the second. So Goike reaches on the fielder's choice. Estrada cut down once again on the base paths.
Nice play there by Estrada. Staying low, snapping that ball off to second base. And it was a pretty good exchange. Goike has a little bit of speed going down that first base path.
And here comes another speedster, Allison Seats. He's 1 for 2, the double. She starts ahead, 1 ball, no strike. Some dark clouds creeping in, but we're not expecting too much rain. Nice day, all things considered. A little cold, throw down to first. High and outside. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Tie game. Marion, Indiana. Indiana Wesleyan University. The Wildcat softball team looking to get to their 3rd straight NAIA World Series. And this one, however, over the head of Magdalene Center. She will fire it back in, looking to score. Aggressive base running from Goike, and she's safe. An RBI double from Allison Seats, and scoring all the way from first was Goike.
Another rope there, line by Seats. Right up right center field, and that ball was on a line.
Indiana Wesleyan now finds themselves back to where they were in the early innings, down 1. Central Baptist rallying here in the 5th, and their best hitter is up. Katie Gordon, first pitch swinging. Schrad over to first, and after sliding in well late, the 5th inning has come to a close for Central Baptist. We're going to go to the IWU 5th, needing a run for the Wildcats on WIWU TV.
Everyone deserves a decent place to live.
Everyone.
Todos.
Decent shelter is something we all need to thrive. When a future homeowner partners with Habitat for Humanity to build or improve a home,
Build.
they build a better future for themselves and their families.
For my family.
For my family.
For my family.
Para mi familia.
Your support empowers a family to help themselves.
Help.
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 Asiste.
Your support helps another family in your community or around the world achieve strength, stability, self-reliance.
Strength.
Strength.
Fuerza.
With a little help, we all have the potential to stand on our own.
Potential. Potential.
Potential.
Through shelter, we empower. Visit Habitat.org to provide help to families like these today.
Welcome to the bottom of the fifth, everyone, and this game just keeps changing its dynamics. There's the play at the plate. Almost got her with that back slap tag.
Yeah, I think she almost got her pigtail on that one.
It was close. It was close. That would have been an out.
Yes.
Would have been an out. You got to tuck those things in. But it is 4-3 Central Baptist. 10-hour bus ride to get here. They arrived yesterday. And they've come out ready to play in their first opening round action since 2012. But Indiana Wesleyan will begin this inning, this half of the inning, at the top of their order. Trinity Medina, Kara Madel, Miranda Worley, right where you'd hope to start in a situation like this. Medina is 0 for 2 though. She grounded out to short. She's flown out to left field and everything towards that left side. And here's the pitch. This one over to the right and it's golfed foul. Entering today, Medina has reached safely in 5 consecutive innings, whether by hit or walk or get hit by a pitch. She hasn't been hit, but she has walked. She's got a 1-1 count in this situation. Very offensively sound game so far. It's been an interesting game so far.
Yeah.
A little balanced.
Yeah, fun game to watch as well.
This one finds the green grass of right field, and Medina has now reached safely in 6 consecutive games. And Indiana Wesleyan has one aboard in the bottom of the 5th.
Great hit there by Medina. She really went down in that zone, kept her head in, eyes down on her barrel of her bat, and took that ball out to right field.
So bring up the all-crossroads Gold Glove center fielder, Kira Madel. She also is on the all-crossroads team. She's 1 for 2 today. She scored a run in the 3rd after singling. She's flown out to center field in this pitch. Catches the bottom corner of the strike zone. Medina on first, Madel at the plate. Rachel Gregory, the relief pitcher, currently in line for the win. She's the pitcher record at the moment. And that's just a bit outside, and Medina will scamper over to second on the wild pitch.
Jonathan, I have to give a quick shout out to 2 IWU women's basketball players. I'm a coach on the women's team, and 2 of our players are working tonight. Elena Dejua is working out in the concession stand, and Sarah McLemore is our photographer for the tournament. So shout out to those 2 ladies.
Doing yeoman's work. And she is doing photos for all the teams. Swing and a miss, a mighty cut from Madel. It's a nice little service, Indiana Wesleyan being the host for here. They're taking all the photos, helping with the social media for all the other teams. So she's being put to, she's snapping away everywhere.
Yes, she is.
The 1-2. That miss is low and away. Not a bad throw from Jackson over to Katie Gordon, who's covering second base, but it's a 2-2 count. No outs, bottom 5. Indiana Wesleyan down 1 to Central Baptist. The count is full.
Gregory has had a tough time kind of getting control for changeup or off-speed pitch there. I think she throws that backhand changeup, and with that, it's sometimes hard to get control of it and get it up in the air.
She has to locate this one, or not. She walks Madel, and 2 Wildcats are on for Miranda Worley.
Number 23, Miranda Worley.
Worley leads the Wildcats in extra base hits and home runs and RBIs and everything that Central Baptist doesn't want to have in a batter, with no outs here and 2 runners on. Worley 1 for 2 today with a double and an RBI. She takes a strike to begin this at bat. The 0-1. Trinity Medina there, number 34 on second base in scoring position for Indiana Wesleyan. Kira Madel is on first. Gregory misses outside. Balls, 1 strike.
This is where Worley can be very patient, as Gregory seems to kind of struggling to get command of her pitches right now. She needs to be very choosy here, knowing that we have no outs and runner in scoring position.
Well, really, the worst thing that could happen would be a double play. So you don't want to hit anything on the ground.
Right.
This is on the ground, towards short, and it's mishandled, and everyone's safe. So Worley's on with the fielder's choice. Everyone's safe on the air.
Air by Seats over there at shortstop. Looks like she kind of bobbled the ball as she's transferring it.
Here's the replay. She saw it before she had it. That is the 3rd error of the game on Central Baptist, and 2 of them were not directed at the actual batter. Maddie Benham, another home run threat.
And errors have kind of been a struggle for the Mustangs here, with having 3 errors and kind of coming at crucial times when the Wildcats have been in scoring position.
On the season, comes to errors, Central Baptist is at the bottom of all the teams that qualified for the opening round of the NAIA tournament. There's 40 teams. Central Baptist ranked 38 in committing errors. They've had 3 today. A swing and a miss from Benham.
Talked about Gregory not having command of her changeup, but right there she had a nice changeup there. Coming right across the plate.
No outs, bottom 5. Tough spot for Rachel Gregory and Central Baptist. They just regained the lead in the top half of this inning, and that pitch just misses on the outside. 2-2 to Benham, the designated player. And the winner of this game plays at 11 tomorrow morning. Loser enters the first elimination game of the tournament at 1:30 tomorrow. Hacking foul ball. Scared the bejesus out of Mackenzie Brown.
Brown's telling Benham, hit it that way, not at me. Keep that thing on the field.
Here's the 2-2. It's a dribbler. It counts full. Bowling balled it in.
Full count here.
Big pitch. Swing and a miss and a strikeout for Gregory.
Now batting the first baseman, number 13, Mackenzie Brown.
Added up, that is 4 total strikeouts for Central Baptist pitchers today, but they're not out of trouble yet. Mackenzie Brown will step in. She's 0 for 1 with a walk earlier. 1 out. And a 1-0 count to Brown. She was the one in the top of the bottom of the 4th. She's had walked and then walked into an out. She didn't have a play on it.
Right.
The ball's hit right back at the pitcher, who pivoted through to second. Great hitting count for Brown. 2 balls, no strikes.
Depending on the hitter, this is kind of, in my opinion, a hitter's count because your pitcher doesn't want to get down 3-0 here, so you're maybe anticipating a fastball or something coming across the plate.
Here's that 2-0. That catches the inside corner. 2-1. That was a nice pitch. It was just the inside. You can see why she laid off. That's skipped. 3-1 the count.
Again, I think this could potentially be another hitter's count. See how Brown attacks this at bat here.
3-1, 1 out, bases loaded, bottom 5.
Ooh.
A strike.
I'm afraid I would have taken that. It's hard, unless you're ready, it's hard to get your hands around and turn on that inside pitch.
That's one of those pitches like that, an inside fastball. If you do make contact, it is a bullet.
Yes. And then it's also one of those pitches, if you stay long, it's a dribble right to third or shortstop.
The 3-2. Foul. That's what we're talking about.
I was gonna say, that
That's
is
what it looks
exactly
like.
what you just said. But again, not within the lines.
Yeah, if you square it up, you don't know exactly where it's going to go, but it's going fast. Gets a nice chuckle out of it. It's a great opportunity for Indiana Wesleyan. And a 3-2. Swing and a miss.
That was a fun at-bat to watch there against Brown and Gregory. Gregory gets the win in that battle, but I thought it was a great at-bat by Brown.
Gregory is 1 batter away, 1 out away from getting out of a gigantic hole. Bases loaded with no outs. She struck out the last 2. That brings out Rebecca Schrad, who singles into left center. 1 run in, make it 2. And Indiana Wesleyan leads 5-4.
Schrad had nothing going for her first 2 at-bats, but right there she sees that first pitch and is all over it, driving that ball out to left center, and scoring 2 runs, 2 big runs there for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 5th.
Gives Indiana Wesleyan the lead, and now Michaela Lovelace, who has lined up at the bottom of the order and had a very solid game so far at the plate. She reached on a fielder's choice. In the 4th inning, she singled in the 3rd and scored a run. She was The inning ended with her stranded on third base last time up, and then she slaps one, but it goes foul. 0-1 to Lovelace. Oh, never mind. It's an out. This because she stepped on the front of the box, which was unseen by me until just now. But in any event, Indiana Wesleyan has the lead, 5-4, going to the top of the 6th.
Where is America's premier agricultural theme park? It's a family-friendly gem. Agritourism the way it should be. It's Fair Oaks Farms, where kids of all ages learn about 21st century farming while having fun. Where else can you get ice cream made with fresh from the cow milk, climb a 25-foot milk carton, or see a cute little piglet minutes after it's born? Utterly close to farming. That's honest to goodness Indiana. Start exploring at visitindiana.com/fairoaks.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be just like Cal Ripken. It's definitely humbling to know that now people are calling me a hero. Instead of finding the IED with my metal detector, the IED found me first, and that resulted in double above-knee amputations. It's hard to describe the feeling of meeting somebody that you've always wanted to be like. There are people now that are looking up to you for their inspiration and to be their role model.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Welcome back, folks, and here is what happened. Janae, you want to take a peek at this? Here's Lovelace at bat.
Yeah, you see her step there on the line. She steps there on the line of the batter's box, which is illegal contact there. That's why the official called her out. Just stepped on that inside line near the home plate.
So that is how what was a strong inning, or could have been a stronger inning for Indiana Wesleyan, comes to a close, and they lead 5-4 going to the top of the 6th. And I'm going to play 7 of these, folks. But the next game coming up after this one, Oregon Tech, Siena Heights. This one lifted into center field, just under it, and Madel's under it in center field. And that is it for Rachel Jones.
That was a high-scoring fly ball there. Like I said, there must be a little bit of wind as you get higher. That ball carried more than it looked like it would.
Bailey Jackson, catcher, sophomore, Monticello, Arkansas. My apologies. She's 0 for 2 today. She grounded out to second base and struck out looking her second time up. 1 ball, no strikes. Still dealing on the mound is Mackenzie Ridge. She blows this one by Jackson. 1-1.
Jackson is a first-team all-conference player. And a little ditty on her. Her dad is the head football coach at the University of Arkansas Monticello, Division II program.
So don't mess with him or her. The 1-1. New softball, and it's 1-2, 1 out, top 6. Indiana Wesleyan leads by 1. Will this get through? It will. And Jackson's to first. And the tying run is on first base. Go-ahead run at the plate. And just squeaked through no man's land and right by second base. Nice piece of hitting by Jackson.
They're just past the outstretched glove of Shrod.
I think we're having a pinch run or two. Junior Kinley Burrows, Jacksonville, Arkansas. 1-out pinch run.
Now running at first base, number 2, Kinley Burrows.
Burrows is a pitcher for the Mustangs. She is a 3.38 ERA. And now she's being used for running abilities. Central Baptist needs to find a run, at least one, in the worst of ways. Kaylee St. John, 1 for 2 today with a double. Scored a run in the 5th. Now is ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. Kinley Burrows, the base runner, she is one of 4 players from Jacksonville High School. Most of them are all teammates, and this one finds no hole. Is flipped over to first, and Medina, great play, retiring the batter. Burrows over to second, and St. John's cut down by a great play from the Wildcat second baseman.
Great defensive play there by Medina again. Good job really extending, covering her area. And then the flip over there to the first baseman. She's kind of had 2 big defensive plays here with her diving catch earlier in the game.
Strike on the outside. That flip from her was kind of nonchalant after the great play.
Yeah,
Just,
no
oh yeah,
big deal.
just take it. Two outs, the 0-1. But as we were saying, the Jacksonville Titans are well represented on the Central Baptist roster. 4 of them. Kinley Burrows, Allison Seats, Jordan Moody, who we've not seen yet, and the starting pitcher, Kim House. Jacksonville's 45 minutes away from the campus. Central Baptist, and this one finds a hole in center field, and coming around looking to score is Burrows, and the game is tied at 5. Runner on first, tied game. Haley Kane. Freshman, Pottsville, Arkansas. She had a sacrifice fly in the 5th. Grounded out to the third baseman in the 3rd. First pitch swinging and hacking and fielded easily by the Wildcat shortstop, Rebecca Schrad. But the game is tied going to the bottom of the 6th on WIWU TV.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be just like Cal Ripken. It's definitely humbling to know that now people are calling me a hero. Instead of finding the IED with my metal detector, the IED found me first, and that resulted in double above knee amputations. It's hard to describe the feeling of meeting somebody that you've always wanted to be like. There are people now that are looking up to you for their inspiration and to be their role model.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
It's washed over downtown Marion for more than a century, and now it's getting new life.
Up here on that raised area and along this wall, we'll have what I would call more restaurant-type seating.
Go inside the rebirth of the National Bank building this week on Crossroads.
Bringing Central Indiana home to you. This is WIWU TV 51 Marion.
Welcome back, everyone. Indiana Wesleyan University, Marion, Indiana, is the site for the NAIA opening round action. We've got a really good one here between the number 2-seeded Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats and the 3-seeded Central Baptist Lady Mustangs. Central Baptist from Conway, Arkansas, which is about a 30-mile hop, skip, and a jump from Little Rock, just north of the capital of Arkansas. Indiana Wesleyan right here in Marion, about an hour and 40 minutes northeast of Indianapolis. We got a tied game, 5-5, going to the bottom of 6. 7 is the scheduled distance. If it goes much further, might be in trouble because we have to have, we're playing 2 games. We got to get them both in.
I know. But it's been a fun game.
It has been a very fun game.
Yep. The top half of the 6th, kind of a back and forth game.
Sydney Williams will lead off the Wildcats 6th with a strike. Williams is 0 for 1. She reached on an error. and she's walked, so she's been on base both times. Great for on-base percentage. Not so much for the batting average, and that one's high and inside. The 1-1 as a roller.
It'll be interesting to see if Gregory finishes out this game, because the last half inning or so, she's kind of seemed to lose a little command of her ball. See, they had a pitcher out there warming up in the bullpen, so we'll see if she has what it takes to finish out this game.
That pitch clips the inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, bottom 6, tie game. Nice pitch from Rachel Gregory on the mound. And her entering her 3rd inning of relief work. Starter Kim House gave up 4 hits in the bottom of the 3rd, and this one a rope down left field line, but foul off the fence. A little early on that swing. Williams 11 hits this year, but of those 11, 2 of them were doubles and 2 home runs. Got under that one behind us. Danae, she's early on both of these last 2 swings.
And so, because she's early, again, we anticipate possibly an off-speed pitch here for Gregory, having a ball to work with. We'll see what she has called.
The 2-2. Inside. I think one of the fans asked for that to be called 3rd strike. The umpires in blue disagreed with the umpire behind the plate. I guess the umpire in dark blue is the official one, the light blue one's not so much, but he punches her out here. It's the 4th strikeout for Rachel Gregory. Now batting Aubrey Eckert. 3rd baseman for the Wildcats. 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Shows bunt, lays it down, and it rolls foul.
That one was close. I thought the chalk there on the 3rd baseline was going to go against the spin and keep that ball fair.
That's been an advantage for Central Baptist. They're bunting. Here's the strikeout. But the bunting for Central Baptist has been excellent. Indiana Wesleyan a little bit lacking. Nice pitch.
Better frame job by the catcher, I would say.
Yes. Well done. In any event, 4 strikeouts for Rachel Gregory. And a 1-1 count on Eckert. Janae said earlier, this is Gregory only knows success in her high school days, and she gets Eckert on another bunt out. 5-3 variety, and 2 away, and we go to the top of the order for the Wildcats. Trinity Medina. 1 for 3 today. She singled in the 5th. She advanced to 2nd on a wild pitch. Advanced to 3rd on an error and then scored. She's also grounded out to short and flown out to left field. That misses on the outside. Medina leads the team leads the Wildcats in walks and hit by pitches. Not afraid to wear it.
And that's probably why she wears that elbow shield. Ooh, that's probably where she takes a lot of hit by pitch.
Yeah, that's almost cheating.
It's body armor.
You just get blunked.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's no big deal.
That's probably what makes her fearless.
Not as intimidating. Stands right on that plate. That's an advantage when you're as close, when you scoot up in the box like she does, closer to the plate, then it makes it really hard for any pitcher to go inside.
Oh, yeah.
Gregory too.
I had a college teammate who was the same way, lefty like that, and I swear a lot of opportunities for inside corner strikes, but she'd get pelted in the elbow because she too wore a shield, elbow shield. So that's why I assume she takes a lot off that elbow there. She probably leans in a little bit.
So what came first, the shield or the inside, or standing inside? That's the question. You get the shield and go, well, I might as well just stand closer now. Or
right.
you keep getting hit in the elbow, you're like, I might as well get a shield. And you're, oh, hey, this doesn't hurt as bad anymore.
That's a great question.
Well, effort for a I-team report as the dancing continues zealously in the Indiana Wesleyan dugout. Not so much in the Central Baptist. They're more calm. They're amused by the Wesleyan girls.
As they're wearing hats and wigs, and who all knows what's going on over there? Someone's wearing a birthday cake on the top of their head.
Oh, here we go. They're going
dance
back and
battle.
forth.
Dance off. Okay.
This is the real action in the game. You don't worry about the actual play. Indiana Wesleyan has the numbers, and this pitch is a ball. So on the field, the at-bat is in the favor of the Wildcat. In the dugout, the few are challenging the mighty. Here's the 3-1. And a walk for Medina. Her 34th of the season. Here's Kira Madel. Now, even with 2 outs, the Wildcats are excellent offensively. Always dangerous, one of the tremendous offensive team, one of the best offensive teams in the history of the softball program here. Chops it through! And Madel's on first, and going to third, sliding in safely is Medina, and it's runners on the corners with 2 outs for the best power hitter in the Crossroads League. And one of the best RBI women in the country. Second in the nation is Miranda Worley in RBIs. And back in conference play, she led the Crossroads League in home runs. She was 10th in hits. She was 1st in slugging, 5th in RBIs. Before the conference tournament, before the Crossroads League tournament. She chops this one foul.
You made note of this earlier. IWU was a good team hitting out of two outs, and right here that shows you their big base hit. Just advancing runners to third, and now a big spot for a freshman hitter here in a big game in the opening round of the NAIA tournament.
Really 0 for 2 on the day. She's walked, or no, excuse me, she had an RBI triple. So 1 for 3, lifts this one into right center, moving under it and bumping into each other. They've had some miscommunication issues, Central Baptist has. This one does not come back to hurt the Mustangs, and Worley is retired on the flyout to right field. And even though with 2 runners on, the Wildcats could do nothing with it. It's tied 5-5 on WIWU TV.
Do I really want to step into something that's not safe? Do I really want to do something that's uncertain?
The world is desperate for for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
The biggest communication problem is that we do not listen to understand. We listen to respond.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Crossroads. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Katie Key.
It's Kappa. Here we go.
Here we go. Tries it actually works. Now I can maybe actually get some. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Katie Key. The Crossroads of Life brings people together, and that's what we try to do here each week.
Thanks for watching, everyone. So long.
Welcome back, everyone. Top of the 7th, and these only go 7 scheduled. But it's top of the order for Central Baptist. Allison Estrada, Katie Goike, Allison Seats. Estrada's had an excellent day, 2 for 2 at the plate with a walk in the first. She scored 1 run. She's been cut down on the base paths, trying to go from first to second. Her last 2 times up. This is a great juncture for the Lady Mustangs, needing a run to take the lead of this game, putting the pressure back on the host, Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats. It's outside and a strike on Estrada.
Ridge goes attacking the outside corner, gets Estrada making her have to stay in that box a little bit longer.
High inside. This is the first technical appearance of Central Baptist in the opening round of the NAIA. Wait, you know what I mean.
NAIA, I got you.
There we go, you got it, you're feeling me. She didn't, because she flew that one right over, line drive to short. NAIA. Katie Goike will step up. But this is the first time in the opening round. And back when they were in the tournament, as we said earlier in the game, as Janae said, back in 2012, and they did well, finished 5th nationally, but the opening round wasn't configured the way it currently is. So this is the first time in this section as we see a pitching change for the Wildcats.
And what's else I think interesting about Central Baptist is that from 1952 into 2000, they were a 2-year school, and they didn't join the NAIA until 2009. So they're a new team into the NAIA affiliation.
And furthermore, also, they were a dual, I want to say dual citizenship, which is kind of what it is.
Yeah.
But they're in 2 different leagues. They were in the NCCAA, which is different than the NCAA or the NAIA. And now this is their first year in the NAIA exclusively, and they went out on top, winning the NCCAA National Championship last year. So they won it and pieced out, and now they're here in their first ever opening round of the NAIA tournament, and the new pitcher is the former designated player, Yadi Benham. This ball is fouled off beyond the dugout.
And this will be a different look for the hitters, as Benham is a lefty coming at him. The ball just is delivered a little bit differently coming off a lefty pitcher.
Benham has a 4.26 ERA. She's 13-4 overall in the year. She is currently the pitcher of record for the Wildcats. She struck out 51. Opponents are batting .310 against her, which is not great if you're a pitcher. But you can throw all those out. She needs 2 outs. Give the Wildcats an opportunity to walk off in the bottom. Goike laid down a sacrifice bunt in the first. She lined into a double play in the third. Reached on a fielder's choice. She swings and misses, and the count is full, 3-2. Rookie from Magnolia, Texas, walks.
And this is a tough position for Benham to come into. A tied ball game, 1 out. You know, hasn't had any game action other than hitting, and then expected to come in and throw pitches, which, I mean, that's not unexpected. And she's not something she could do, but it's a challenge to just come off the bench and enter a big game like this.
Here's Allison Seats. You're seeing her right now, number 3, at shortstop. Excellent player for the Mustangs. Gonna start ahead of the pitcher Benham. Ball, no strikes. Seats had the batter as she uncorks one down the left field line, foul. She had an incredible freshman season. All told, she has won 14 different awards, whether conference or whatnot. She was freshman of the year, and she hit 20 home runs with 71 RBIs last year. Had a few injury problems this year. We're down to first, just checking. Goike's safe, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike on Seats. Dinker foul. So there's Goike, number 9, trotting back to first. Seats, number 3. Pitcher Benham, 14. He's under it towards left field. Drifting in on it is Loveless. And there's 2 outs here in the top of the 7th.
It's there by Benham to work Seats into a high fly ball there. Big out, number 2 for the Wildcats here in the top of the 7th.
That brings up Katie Gordon, the second baseman, number 21. She led her conference, the AMC, in hits and RBIs while finishing second in batting average, runs scored, and a bunch of other stuff. This one, however, bumps up and hits Strad in the face, and the throw is wide. Probably should have held on to it, and now runners are on the corners as a result. At least a throwing error. Was it a single? We'll say single and a throwing error is how the runner advanced. And 5-5, runners on the corner, 2 outs. There's Goike on third, number 9. Here at the plate could be the hero for Central Baptist, Rachel Jones. A hit gives the Mustangs the lead. And puts a ton of pressure on Indiana Wesleyan going to the bottom of the 7th. She hit it right back at us. We almost caught it.
Yeah, made me flinch a little bit. Let's hear if the Mustangs advanced runner, and I'm not sure if I would have attacked the steal to try to get the 3rd out, or what exactly they might do here.
Don't have to worry about it yet, as this pitch is outside and rolled in. 1-1 the count. Benham delivers. A strike. The starter, Mackenzie Ridge, recorded the first out of this inning. Benham replaced her, walked Goike, got Seats to line out to left field. And now here's one skied towards the right side and the dugout, and it bounces in the Central Baptist dugout. And the count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rachel Jones.
Brown ran out of real estate there. Couldn't run through that fence to get that ball.
If that pesky fence wasn't there, she might have had it. Those pesky fences. Rachel Jones. It's high. Throw back to the mound. They were just going to let seed the base. Two runners in scoring position. The action is here at the plate. The 2-2. It's popped up. Medina drops back on it and makes the play. And so the score remains tied 5-5. Going to the bottom of the 7th. And the Wildcats have a chance to win it here on WIWU TV.
It's cap it. There we go.
The world is desperate for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
Maybe this is what I'm wired to do. This is what I was meant to be.
As you can see, we are tied going to the bottom of the 7th, and we play 7, at least scheduled so in softball here in the NAIA. Coming up next to lead off this bottom of the 7th, what Indiana Wesleyan will hope to be their final frame is the heart of the order for the Wildcats. Addie Benham, the new pitcher, Mackenzie Brown, and Rebecca Schrad. On the mound, in replacement work, moving into her 4th inning, is Rachel Gregory, who's pitched well, given up some runs, but also struck out 4.
See what Benham can do for herself as she's in the circle now and here in the batter's box now to see what she can do for the Lady Wildcats here in the bottom of the 7th.
5-5. The Mustangs have out-hit the Wildcats 9-7, but the Lady Mustangs have also committed 3 errors to Indiana Wesleyan's 1. Most of those errors have all been on throwing errors, so not even like letting the batter reach.
Yeah.
But it's been an interesting game in that sense. A little bit of everything. Count to Benham. Benham is one of the, among all these teams, transfers are common. She transferred to Indiana Wesleyan from Division I IPFW. Did it because she wanted part of the strong Christian identity here at Indiana Wesleyan.
That's exactly what Coach Steve Pinsky gives his team, and it's the foundation of their culture here. So she's definitely getting that here at IWU.
Swing and a miss. He's fouled it off, 2-2. There are several players on the team from Bloomington. Casey Wisely, Kinsey Ridge are both from Bloomington North. She is from Bloomington South. It's a big rivalry down in Bloomington, Indiana, North and South. They do not like each other, but joined up here in the college level, and she lifts one towards second base and one away here in the bottom of the 7th.
Now batting the first baseman, Mackenzie Brown.
So Mackenzie Brown. the lone Texan on the IWU softball team. Several states represented: Illinois, Ohio, Michigan, Massachusetts, Colorado, California, Indiana, of course. First pitch swinging and fouling it off. She is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a walk. And an unfortunate statistic for her, she's committed the second out of every inning that she's gone to the plate in. There's one away here in the bottom of the 7th.
Nice off-speed pitch there by Gregory. Kind of froze Brown there in her steps.
The 0-2. Misses inside. One out, the 1-2. Pulls back on it. The count's even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. I don't think Rachel Gregory there agreed with it. And that was blasted down the left field line, but barely foul. Just to the left of the third base. So Janae, we're just gonna try this 2-2 thing again.
These are fun at bats to watch here coming down in the final stretch of the game, because pitchers are trying to give their best stuff and hitters are trying to uplift their team. The moment of the big game here in the opening round of the NAIA tournament here in Marion, Indiana.
Full count to Brown. So we have a full slate of games today and tomorrow, including our first elimination game. Winner of this one plays at 11 tomorrow, the loser at 1:30. Swing and a miss by Brown, and there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Brings up Rebecca Schrad. Shortstop, struck out in the 2nd inning, flew out to center field in the 4th, singled, drove in 2 in the 5th. On the year, Schrad has 54 hits, now 55. 5 home runs, 6 triples, 9 doubles. She has driven in 28. Make that 30 after including today's. Two outs and the 1-1. Straightened up and through the hole, down between third and short. And Schrad's aboard. Brings up Michaela Lovelace, who has had an eventful day at the plate, wouldn't you say, Janae?
Yes, she has.
She singled, she scored, she reached on a fielder's choice, and then she got out because she made contact while stepping out of the batter's box. That was her last time up. All right, back to the mound, and Gregory takes us to extra innings. Tied at 5, we're going to the top of the 8th. Central Baptist will begin at the bottom of their order here on WIWU TV.
Everyone deserves a decent place to live.
Everyone.
Todos.
Decent shelter is something we all need to thrive. When a future homeowner partners with Habitat for Humanity to build or improve a home,
Build.
they build a better future for themselves and their families.
For my family.
For my family.
For my family. Para mi familia.
Your support empowers a family to help themselves.
Help.
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 Asiste.
Your support helps another family in your community or around the world achieve strength, stability, self-reliance.
Strength.
Strength.
Fuerza.
With a little help, we all have the potential to stand on our own.
Potential.
Potential.
Through shelter, we empower. Visit Habitat.org to provide help to families like these today.
Welcome back, everyone. Overcast, but the sun's kind of glowing through the clouds. It's a tied game, 5-5, top of the 8th, which is extra innings here in NAIA softball. Leading off the top of the 8th, Bailey Jackson and Kaylee St. John and Bree Nunn for the Mustangs. Jackson is 1 for 3 today with a single and a run scored in the 6th. A couple innings ago, and she lifts this one, third base side, playable for Shrad, and 1 away in the top of the 8th.
Great play there by Shred. Shortstop that can cover a lot of ground like that is a valuable asset out in the field, especially at the center field position. Kind of the, people consider kind of the quarterback of softball in the field, in the infield, and then the center fielder is kind of also the head honcho in the outfield.
Kaylee St. John takes the ball low. Also 1 for 2 today. She doubled and scored in the 5th. She's ground out to third base and second base. There she is. Denham struggling to find the zone here to begin this at bat. Denham second on the team for the Wildcats in innings pitched, appearances, strikeouts. Here's the 2-1. That misses outside. The 3-1. Strike. This one into center field, drifting back on it, making a play is Kira Madel. 2 away in the 8th.
From our perspective, that seems like a routine play, but for a center fielder, those are a tough ball to judge because as it's coming out at her, has a tailing up action. So that's why you see her kind of run in a little bit and then realize, oh no, I had to backpedal.
Yeah, these ones are the toughest when they're hit right at you. You don't have the perspective of it, and it's blended in with everything here in the cage, the booth. Outside. Bree Nunn, 2 for 3, 2 singles. She had an RBI in the 6th. She reached on what was going to be a sacrifice bunt, and then just beat out the throw. And corked one right side, but well foul into the top of the pitching cage. Jonathan Mathis, Janae Gibson alongside Happy to have you with us here on WIWU TV. NAIA opening round action. Swing and a miss by Nunn. It's a 1-2 count. It's the 2-2. This one lifted, right side, drifting under it, and making the play is second baseman Trinity Medina, and that will do it for Central Baptist. Indiana Wesleyan, another opportunity to try to steal the win at the bottom of the 8th.
Where is America's premier agricultural theme park? It's a family-friendly gem. Agritourism the way it should be. It's Fair Oaks Farms, where kids of all ages learn about 21st century farming while having fun. Where else can you get ice cream made with fresh from the cow milk, climb a 25-foot milk carton, or see a cute little piglet minutes after it's born? Utterly close to farming. That's honest to goodness Indiana. Start exploring at visitindiana.com/fairoaks.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be just like Cal Ripken. It's definitely humbling to know that now people are calling me a hero. Instead of finding the IED with my metal detector, the IED found me first, and that resulted in double above knee amputations. It's hard to describe the feeling of meeting somebody that you've always wanted to be like. There are people now that are looking up to you for their inspiration and to be their role model.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the 8th inning. Indiana Wesleyan, Central Baptist, the 2 seed are the Wildcats, the 3 seed, the Lady Mustangs, tied at 5. We're at the bottom of the 8th. Extra inning softball here. The first game of the NAIA opening round here in Marion. The weather has cooperated. It was rainy earlier today. It's become somewhat pleasant, a little cold, especially for the team from Arkansas. Central Baptist, this is well below what they're used to, but they haven't shown it on the field. Indiana Wesleyan will begin at the bottom of the order. Sydney Williams, Aubrey Eckert, and Trinity Medina. Williams is 0 for 2, reached on an error, struck out looking, walked, scored a run. That was in the 3rd. The winner plays at 11 o'clock tomorrow. The loser in the first elimination game at 1:30. Double elimination is this NAIA opening round. Williams is behind, or she's ahead, 1-up. Rachel Gregory in her 5th inning of relief work. Kim House started, got through 3, and Williams ropes one down the left field line off the fence.
You see Coach Steve Babinski coaching up Williams there in the batter's box. It's always fun to watch the coach in the box, just, kind of coach their batters through. And he's a man with a lot of knowledge and has a lot of experience in the softball realm.
He's got a .680 win percentage in his 15 years. Win .560. This one left field line foul. Coach Babinski, he started his college career as an assistant at Grace. He was there for a year, then Bowling Green, 2 years. Before becoming the head coach at Mid-American Nazarene, where he won over 60%. Yeah, over 60% of his games there. Came to Indiana Wesleyan, did the same thing. It's a 2-2 count on Williams. 2-2. Fouled off right side. Well out of play. Let's see. Oregon Tech Owls have arrived. Settle in to catch the end of this game. Siena Heights is here too. They play next. The same stations. The 1-4 matchup. Oregon Tech been excellent all season. Their only stumbling block was rival Southern Oregon. They couldn't find a way to beat. Another foul off by Williams. Siena Heights had to win their way in. They were in third place in their division, in their conference. Had to win their conference tournament. Did so. Their conference tournament was rain shortened. It got all the way down to the last day. They had to abandon the double elimination tournament, go to single elimination, and Siena Heights won all 3 of their games to win the conference tournament and make this. And another one fouled off by our cameraman. Heads up. He's good. He's ready for it too. He's very vigilant.
This has been a great at bat here by Williams. She seems to be seeing the ball pretty well off of Gregory's hand.
Wasted a lot of pitches. And add another one to that. If this is how the Indiana Wesleyan team acts in a tie game, what was it going to be like if they win this one? Very, very into it. This one's straightened out, center field, deep, and gone!
Home run!
Indiana Wesleyan will walk off to the second round. She was the hero in the first round of the Crossroads League, and she's the hero here. Sydney Williams homers into deep center. Final score, 6-5 Wildcats. And here it is, Janae.
Like I said, she'd been seeing that ball well off of Gregory's hand. Finally gets one in fair territory and sends that one out over the center field fence.
There's the final line, 6-5, almost even on hits. Mustangs, one more. Several errors. Wildcats had one that actually resulted in a batter, which is why I see it on there. And we're going to have an interview on the field, and we're going to have one up here in the booth as head coach Steve Babinski will head down to he'll be interviewed on the sideline or on the field. And then coming up here will be Jordan Jones. So I think there he is, getting ready to head over to the side. I think they're going to pray first. So we might just take a little quick break, truck, and then we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with coaches' interviews next here on WIWU TV. Yeah, Wesleyan wins.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be just like Cal Ripken. It's definitely humbling to know that now people are calling me a hero. Instead of finding the IED with my metal detector, the IED found me first, and that resulted in double above knee amputations. It's hard to describe the feeling of meeting somebody that you've always wanted to be like. There are people now that are looking up to you for their inspiration and to be their role model.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
It's washed over downtown Marion for more than a century, and now it's getting new life.
Up here on that raised area and along this wall, we'll have what I would call more restaurant-type seating.
Go inside the rebirth of the National Bank building this week on Crossroads.
Bringing Central Indiana home to you. This is WIWU TV 51 Marion.
For Steve. Welcome back, everybody. We see the heart circle, prayer circle breaking up. We have coach's interview upcoming with Coach Babinski. That'll be down on the field. A little quick look at the stats for today's game. Indiana Wesleyan, Trinity Medina was 1 for 3. Kira Madel was 2 for 3. Rebecca Schrad also had 2 hits, also with 1. Miranda Worley, Michaela Lovelace, Sydney Williams, and Aubrey Eckhart. That hit for Sydney Williams was the hero of the day, really. Home run, walk-off home run in the bottom of the 8th inning. And she's going to be down with our main man, Steven, in just a couple moments. For Central Baptist, 2 hits for these 3 players, Allison Seats, Katie Gordon, and Bree Nunn. 1 hit for Kaylee St. John, Bailey Jackson, and Alyssa Estrada. It was well played both offensively and defensively. The pitchers did well, but what can you say? There are a couple big innings for both teams. I think we're almost ready to go down to the field.
Hey, Scott, we'll get you guys out
almost. But when we do, we have waiting down there is Assistant SID Stephen Gidley, and he is joined with Steve Babinski, and we're going down to the 2 Steves, both pretty happy right now.
We're here with head coach Steve Babinski, and I don't know if we can call you Walk-Off Williams yet, but hey, coach, it's Survive an Advanced season, 3 up in the 3rd, and you guys battled back in a game against a really good team.
Absolutely. Central can smash, and man, they got some athletes, and it was just fun. Today was just a fun grinding battle. It was win or lose. It was smiles on our faces.
We talk about FUD, Sydney Williams. Carly Lang, roommate, has been about every game, and you're either in the lineup or out of the lineup, but you've had a smile on your face, and when you've called, you kind of did it. And today you had a fantastic at-bat. Take us through that at-bat and that final swing.
I was really just trying to clear my head, but battling off, I don't even know how many pitches. I was just looking for the sweet spot, and I finally found it and took that opportunity, hit it as hard as I could.
Coach, there's 2 great ball clubs you're going to have to stick around and watch in Siena Heights and Orin Tech. Do you know much about them headed into tomorrow's game with either one, or is it just kind of figure it out today?
Well, a national champion can come out of either one of them. Like they're both amazing ball clubs. I know a lot about Oregon's head coach Greg, and he's just a class act, and he does it the right way, and they will not lose. You'll have to beat them. Siena Heights too, they've got this swag about them that, man, it's hard to keep quiet. So this is going to be a really fun matchup, and a lot more fun sitting in the stands and watching it.
Fantastic. Hey, thanks, guys. We're going to send it back to Jonathan for a stat recap.
And Sydney Williams, who hit the walk-off. She's had an excellent postseason for Indiana Wesleyan. With the win, Indiana Wesleyan will move on to tomorrow's slate. They will play the winner of the Oregon Tech and Siena Heights matchup. That comes up just next, but Indiana Wesleyan will be playing at 11 tomorrow morning. And then the Central Baptist Lady Mustangs, they will be playing at 1:30. That'll be the first elimination game of the tournament. And let's bring back in our analyst for today, Janae Gibson. What are some of your takeaways from the game? It was well played, one could say.
It was, and it was a great defensive match, kind of a pitching duel as well, as both teams headed into their 2 deep pitchers. But overall, I just thought it was well played softball. I mean, there was a few errors here and there, but it was just a fun, competitive game. Just well played softball game that makes it a lot of fun to watch.
I think there's several stuff that you could look at and how this game was played, just as some of the numbers. You see Jonathan Mathis, Janae. Central Baptist not only out-hit Indiana Wesleyan, but they had a much better average. They hit 300 on the day. Indiana Wesleyan 290. And so that just speaks to the quality that the Lady Mustangs had this whole game, that they played well, they were great offensively, but they just missed by just a little bit.
Right, and like you said, you can't take anything away from Central Baptist. They played a well-played game, but at the end of this time of the year in the postseason, it's just kind of do or die. You know what I mean? And there's not necessarily a strategy. You've been practicing, you've been working hard all year, so now it just comes out who can get the hits in the key moments. And today it was Sydney Williams from Indiana Wesleyan with a big walk-off run.
There were several big innings, too, that really swayed. I think that was something that was interesting, was how topsy-turvy this game was, where you looked at Central Baptist gets out the quick lead, Indiana Wesleyan comes roaring back in the 3rd, and then Central Baptist takes the lead. It was just, you got to see a lot from both of these teams, where there wasn't just one team ran away with it at all. It was highs and lows for both.
Right, and Coach Babinski kind of alluded to this about Oregon Tech and Siena Heights, about how either team is going to come out of that game. And same thing with our game we just watched, Central Baptist or Indiana Wesleyan were able to come out. So this just tells you this region right here, there's 4 high quality teams out here, and you can't take any game, any at bat, any out for granted. And that's what we saw today, as it was back and forth, string of hits here and there, and that's why we have an exciting 6-5 game.
Excellent. We're going to step away for catch a little break, and then when we come back, we'll set for the next game, and then we'll say so long to a few of our members, but we'll get ready for more action. We're going to be here all week. By all week, I mean Monday through Wednesday, here on WIWU TV.
Do I really want to step into something that's not safe? Do I really want to do something that's uncertain?
The world is desperate for nurses who want to positively impact the world for Christ.
The biggest communication problem is that we do not listen to understand, we listen to respond.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Crossroads. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Katie Key.
It's Kappa. There we go.
There we go. Tries it actually works. Now I can maybe actually get some. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Katie Key. The Crossroads of Life brings people together, and that's what we try to do here each week.
Thanks for watching, everyone. So long.
Welcome back, everyone. Indiana Wesleyan, Marion, Indiana. It was an exciting game, went to extras. Indiana Wesleyan wins 6-5 in the 8th. And I'm up here, Jonathan, joined with head coach for Central Baptist, Jordan Jones. Coach, it was close, very close.
Yeah. Very exciting ball game, right down to the end. I knew it was going to be a fight, especially from those first 3 innings. So proud of my girls, though. They fought hard.
Yeah, that was something that we were talking about up here, where you look at, especially offensively, even on the mound, where there was a lot of opportunities to battle, whether the pitchers having to get themselves into holes and get them and fight their way out. There's especially Miss Gregory on the mound getting behind bases loaded with no outs and coming out. Gave up 2 runs, but had to get those first 2 strikeouts. It's a lot about the character for Central Baptist.
Definitely. She's hard-headed, I'll tell you that. Greg is hard-headed on the mound, and it worked out for her for sure. She was really big for us that inning, and throughout the end of the game too. One pitch doesn't define the game for her. So
there was I want to ask you about the early pitching change with Kim coming, bringing Rachel in, Kim going out in the 3rd. Was that plan, or what was the strategy behind that move?
Well, I knew coming in that Indiana Wesleyan, they can swing it. And House has been our stable pitcher all year, so we went ahead and we started with her, but we knew at some point we were going to have to switch it up. And there's a few things that I can look for with House, and they seem to start hitting her a little bit, so we wanted to speed it up with Greg and see if we could paint the corners with Greg. So.
What do you think the turning point was for this game? Because there were plenty. There were so many different highs and lows.
Well, there was a lot. I mean, we came out, we got that first run on the board. That was big for us. They scored, and then we had a big inning with the squeeze, and we pushed 3 across, I believe, that inning. And then Indiana Wesleyan, they were just fighting right back. So every inning that was, scored, you could see the momentum just kind of, it wasn't like it changed. It was like both teams were owning it every inning. So that last pitch, I guess, would be the final momentum change.
And then just looking ahead, you're now going to be, unfortunately, in the elimination game tomorrow, but you have 2 competitive teams, Siena Heights and Oregon Tech, that you have to be watching, scouting a little bit, I'm guessing, see how they do this next game.
Yes, we'll be watching elimination game, but our girls have heart. We're happy to be here, first time back in a long time. So we're going to try to represent and fight hard. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Coach, and best of luck tomorrow. And we'll be able to see it all here on WIWU TV, and we're going to have more action for you next. Oregon Tech and Siena Heights. here on these very same stations. We'll see you in a little bit. Take a break, and we'll be back for more NAIA opening round action here at Indiana Wesleyan.